Margaret. It's awesome to join you all at the Virtual Health Fair today. I'm Mande Corbett. I coordinate Stocked Reddie, UAMS's campus food pantry, and here with me today is...
I'm Margaret Pauly, and I'm a registered dietitian. I'm the culinary nutritionist for the UAMS Culinary Medicine program.
So today we're going to combine forces, and I brought to Margaret some of the items that we have at Stocked Reddie Pantry. Specifically this Thursday, we'll have salsa and black beans and rice, among other things. So to talk about versatility and substitution and how easy it is to do some of these things, rice specifically being challenging for me personally, we have Margaret here to save the day and show us what's up with that. Stocked Reddie, I'll just give you a quick bite on that, serves like over 1,400 active members right now. Every Monday that we're open from 2 to 8 p.m. and Thursday from noon to 6, we see over 250 Stocked Reddie members come through the doors and shop, take what they want and leave the rest. So we're an alternative food pantry in that way that we help folks stretch their budget, whether they're a UAMS student, resident, intern, employee, or in March, we partnered with Arkansas Children's Hospital for their employees to also access Stocked Reddie Food Pantry. We're all in a challenging times right now with different household makeups and life happening, how it does. So Stocked Reddie is here to help save or stretch your budget. Savings up to you, but the stretching that we can do. So I'll throw back to Margaret.
Well, one thing I would like to mention also, since we're talking about Stocked Reddie, if you have not volunteered before, please do. I have volunteered quite a few times, and you might be, stacking boxes, or you're greeting members, you're helping them navigate through, because sometimes there's some new people. But I was always impressed by the quality of the food that is there, okay? And there's some convenience foods too, because let's face it, we all use convenience foods, but there's a good mix, and also some fresh vegetables and fruits, and everybody is just so happy to see this. So anything else to mention about Stocked Reddie?
Well, I mean, we can cover a lot of bases. I really appreciate you bringing up the volunteering, Margaret, because how can I volunteer? Do y'all need stuff? Can I donate cash or canned goods, or again, your time as a volunteer? When are y'all open? Where are you? All those questions and more can be answered at our website, which is go.uams.edu/stocked, as in Stocked Reddie. You can just Google Stocked Reddie too. We come up like super the first people when you just Google the phrase Stocked Reddie, REDDIE. So you can sign up to volunteer. It shows you all the times that we need volunteers, and it talks about what you'd be doing. And again, if you'd like to donate, aside from the kindness challenge that Annabeth was so helpful in setting up for us, the red and wooden boxes that are at all the screening locations right now, we're taking donations there. But again, time is a huge donation in and of itself, your time and your manpower and woman power and all that jazz. So so again, all the members come in and shop. It's super cool because, again, everybody gets to take what they want and leave the rest. And then we do some Facebook Live videos, or we have even a Pinterest page and our Facebook group that's private, that we just share different recipes, what we're doing with the foods that are at Stocked Reddie, and how easy it can be. Again, I'm so
it's really a community. That's what I feel is when I go over there. It's our little UAMS community, and we are serving our community. And I'm just real happy that we can do this for everybody. So today we're going to be making one of my favorite dishes, which is a Cuban black beans and rice. Now, I was showing Mande this. This, you can always tell how. My favorite recipes by how many stains are on them, or how many times I've scribbled in the margins of a cookbook. So I've been making this recipe since 2007. I was probably making it before that because I used to live in the Miami area. Now, why I chose this is often we do have beans. We either have the dried, or we have And these are spicy black bean, which I use this time just because I got up this morning and cooked instead of, with the black beans, you do have to soak them. But this is a favorite recipe of everybody I've served it to, everybody. Now, the other thing is, when we were talking about what else we're going to serve, I made some rice. Now, this rice is Arkansas rice.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we are the largest rice producer in the country. This is golden rice. The cool thing about this, it is a whole grain rice, but it looks like white rice. So you got the kids that are a little fussy, or husbands or wives are a little fussy and they don't want that whole grain feel in their mouth. This is a lot softer. Okay, it's like buying that white whole grain bread. Okay, it's easier for people that don't like the whole grains to eat, and it cooks like the regular white rice as well, which is wonderful because it only takes 20 minutes versus 45 minutes for the regular brown rice. So I made this, like I said, this morning, but I wanted to show Mandy this trick that I do, and I learned this many years ago. Rice you can see how nice and fluffy this rice is, okay? What you do is after it's done cooking, just kind of take a fork and stir it up a little bit, and then take a paper towel or a kitchen towel, whatever, something that goes across. What's going to do, see that condensation? That's what makes your rice all mushy and sticky. So you just put that right on over, boom. Okay, and it stays drier, which is nice. So I like that. So today, along with, I could just show you how to make this, but I already made it. But what I wanted to show you is how versatile this is. Mm-hmm. So I've kind of got into my pantry. I got into the Stocked Reddie pantry. I went into my garden. And I'm also going to show you how to take the same recipe, okay? I like to, we call it cook once, eat twice, or sometimes in my house it's 2 or 3 or 4 times. But repurposing leftovers is a great way to not get bored with what you're eating. It's a great way to do batch cooking. So you cook a little bit in advance, and eat it throughout the week. So along with this, we're going to next make a black bean soup. Another favorite of a lot of people's, and because it already has a lot of the spices in it, it's not going to have too much. You don't have to add too much more to this. By the way, this recipe happens to be vegan. There are no animal products used in it. It does have olive oil, so if you don't want the oil, you can always soften your vegetables in some broth beforehand instead of the olive oil. Okay. I will be using some animal products like yogurt or cheese, just a little bit in moderation. That's what we believe in with a Mediterranean diet. We just don't, which is what we teach with culinary medicine. All foods have their place. It's just how the quantity and the quality. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to take this off the burner. Well, first I'm going to serve it up, okay? Because I just think it looks so pretty.
Smells delicious.
Oh, yeah, it smells
well.
great. I know everybody is lining up at the door for this. So we're going to use rice would be 1/3 of a cup. And I know many people use a lot more than 1/3 of a cup, and that's okay. But what you want to realize is, especially if you're counting carbs, if you use 2/3 of a cup or a whole cup, I mean, that's a whole cup would be 3 servings. That's a lot, okay? So, but you can also put on about a cup of black beans here, okay? All right. Can you see how pretty that is? Now, you can also, if you like, put on a little cilantro. I would probably do that. This is my favorite. I like to squeeze some lime. That's the way I like to serve mine.
Well, listen, and this is what's cool too, is do you have a lime? I'm going to use it. Is there some cilantro
I'm sorry?
in the garden? I'm going to use it. Like,
yeah.
You use what you have.
Oh, so yeah, use what you have.
Put cilantro on it one time when you don't have it. So.
If you have green onions, throw some green onions on that. If you have a little sour cream or yogurt, throw that on. It doesn't matter. I like to think of recipes as just kind of a guideline. You know, I'm a little loose
Unless you're
with
baking, maybe.
Hmm?
Unless you're baking, maybe.
Baking,
but otherwise,
baking, yes,
stuff.
baking. I'm not a baker. There's reason for that. So.
But you can be very loosey-goosey into your family's preferences too.
Absolutely, yes.
Like not into tomatoes, then don't put the tomatoes, just the beans and all the green stuff and the onions and the peppers.
Yes, and this actually called for green peppers, but I had a red pepper. That's what I use. So I'm going to next think about what I want to make. Okay, so this rice is...
There's so many things to do.
There are so many things to do. I'm just going to keep that down there.
Or that you can do with this,
I'm going to put this over here. All right. So next we're going to make the black bean soup. So because, like I said, it already has onions, it has peppers, it has garlic. By the way, all these recipes are going to be on the Get Healthy UAMS website. You'll probably put it on Stocked Reddie as well. So I'm going to put a little olive oil in there. Again, something that's nice and heart healthy. And this recipe, I'm going to follow it very loosely because, again, I'm using something else to repurpose. So I am going to throw a carrot in here in a black bean soup.
Because why not?
Why not? That's right. It's a great way to get an extra veggie in. I already washed this, by the way. You always want to wash your veggies beforehand. Now, if you wanted to, you know, if you taste it and you said, it's a little bit bland, you can always throw in some more garlic or onion. It depends on what you want. So I'm just going to throw that over there on the side. Okay.
So where are you? If you're washing your vegetable, did I really have to peel that, or is that a personal preference?
Personal preference, because it will get a little darker. I know that some cultures don't peel their garlic or, not the garlic, excuse me, the ginger or the carrots. You're not really losing much. You know, carrots are pretty fibrous anyway.
So not like a potato situation where you want to leave the skin on to get those extra vitamins. If you want.
If you want. It's all up to you.
That's what's cool about the food you make. You can make it how you want it.
Oh, yeah. It's all about you. You know?
And the people you're serving.
And the people you're serving. That's right. And I mean that truthfully. I don't mean you, but cooking and eating should be pleasurable. You should just really enjoy what you're making, what you're eating. And it shouldn't take a lot of time either. These beans took me about 20 minutes. Now, it could have been made even shorter by buying, if you want, you can buy the onions and peppers already frozen in a bag. Boom, just throw them in there. I use the canned beans. Boom, that's done. I mean, how easy is that? So the rice would have taken longer. So,
than the whole
thing, yeah.
Black bean recipe. Yeah.
So you can smell that's starting to cook. I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to put in any onions or garlic. I'm going to taste it afterwards. And then, you know, the basis of Mexican and Cuban cooking would be garlic, oregano, and cumin. These are 3 spices I always have in my house. So if you don't have fresh garlic, go ahead and use the granulated or the powdered garlic. Make sure it's not garlic salt, that's all. Okay, we don't want anything too salty. While that is sauteing here, it takes a little while to warm up these pans. I'm going to show you another dish we can make. I'm going to take a whole wheat tortilla. And by the way, don't be fooled if it says spinach tortilla or red pepper tortilla. You're not getting a whole lot of veggies in there, so don't go fooling yourself thinking you're going to get a serving of veggies. All right. So this is just a small tortilla. We're going to take some of that rice. You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm on one of those, you know, when you go to those conventions and someone's there with doing the knife skills and the cooking. That's what I feel like right now.
Gather around. Yeah, check out how
I could do that. Yeah. So I'm going to put in a little bit of rice here and kind of put it over here. Okay. And let's see. What else do I want to put on mine?
Timely homage to our wrap station and the cafeteria.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe they'll put this on in there, huh? So I'm going to also put in a little bit of salsa that I took out of my fridge, just because I like salsa. I would probably put, let's see what I would put, maybe some black olives. Again, it depends on what your family likes. I think that's a very good point. You could put some lettuce and tomato in there. All right. Okay, that's still cooking.
Are you going to put
I'm going to put the beans in now. So just going to put I got a few things going on here, Mandy. I got to, there we go. I am the worst wrap maker ever, I will tell you.
And she's still going to do it. She's still trying.
Oh, of course. Of course. They'll probably go squishing out the end because I always overfill. So, I did. All right, I got to take out some of those beans. Okay.
So you put the sides, then the bottom, and then so you kind of like roll it.
Something like, yes. Right, yeah. Right. Okay, so there. Now you have a burrito.
Ta-da! And as long as you hold on to it while you're eating it, all in one fell swoop, it's good.
Yeah. So there's meal 2, right?
And that is something though that you could even wrap up a couple the night before and have it for your lunch the next day.
Absolutely.
You have to do right.
Just pop it in the microwave, and then I would probably.
You could put those in a casserole dish and make like an enchilada.
Enchiladas. Kind of put a little sauce on top.
On stuff, because I know that wouldn't be your traditional enchilada or burrito. Or,
you know.
Oh, of course I can get closer to the mic. I'm surprised you're asking me to do that, honestly.
So this is cooking. We're going to, I'm going to show you one more while the carrots are still cooking. They're taking a little longer than I thought.
Okay, so already we have the Cuban black beans on rice, the traditional dish.
Traditional dish. Then we have the burrito. Wrap, burrito. You say burrito, I say wrap. No, whatever. And then we have a sweet potato, which I baked earlier. And this is a small sweet potato. This is the actual serving size of a sweet potato. It's not those humongous ones. That's like 2 or 3, so beware. Get another dish. I brought my fine china for you all today. So.
Yeah. Your fine china. So see, you could use a regular potato.
You could use a regular potato, which we have down there.
Roasted red potatoes, like chopped up. I mean, you could use any.
You could use hash browns.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So don't limit yourself to, loaded sweet potato. Okay, it's going to look like this.
Yeah. I mean, people ask me, patients will say, well, what's better, a sweet potato or a white potato? I'm like, that's like apples and oranges. What's better? They're both good. So, all right.
And that is the potato that you would want to leave the skin on and eat the skin. It's going to be better. Again, you don't have
the white
to,
potato. The sweet potato, people don't always eat the skin with it, but you can. So I'm going to doctor this up a little bit. I'm going to put a little hot sauce on. Yeah, don't be afraid of hot sauce. Your kids might not like it, but you do, right? I'm going to put a little hot sauce. I'm going to put a little feta cheese on mine. That's kind of like the little farmer's cheese. And you notice I just use a little bit, right? That's all you need is just a pinch. Just enough to give you a little flavor because it is salty. I would also put a little lime on here, and maybe some cilantro. I didn't have much cilantro in the garden, so I'm sorry.
And that's like so colorful of a dish.
It is.
With your sweet potato.
We really should be eating our colors anyway. That's the way you get the most vitamins and minerals, right? Okay. So there's 3. Boom. How long has that taken? Maybe about 20 minutes. So, all right. Rest of this we're going to throw into,
which I can hear and smell the carrots already before you added the beans. Smells very good.
And you can use a different bean if you don't like black beans. You can use those pinto beans or something like that. That's not a problem. Whatever bean, I always have canned beans. You could
put some beans together.
You could.
I don't mind hanging out with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, they're friendly.
And then if it didn't work, then don't do it next time. You can just change it for the next time. So you can keep modifying and playing with your own recipes.
Absolutely. Just keep trying. Okay. Don't don't be scared of cooking, all right? We're going to be doing some cooking demos sometime in January, which I'm very excited about. We're going to just, take the basics of the Mediterranean diet, about, adding fruits and vegetables and nuts and seafood and meat and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we're just going to talk about them and make recipes. And we're going to do it on Facebook Live, I believe. So probably from my kitchen. So okay, now I have a potato masher.
Okay.
Because I like to mash my beans up a little bit, and it just thickens the soup. Okay. So I am going to prep my toppings. Just a moment.
And then
gosh, I am so hungry right now. I got to tell you.
I know.
This is our lunch.
Yeah. So are you going to add some water or some?
I added the water. Thank you. I forgot the tomatoes. So you don't have to drain the tomatoes.
Haha.
Thank you. Thank you. And if you want, you could also, when you were sauteing up the carrot, you could put a little jalapeno in there. I did bring one from my garden.
And then you can seed the jalapeno.
If you don't want it.
Take the seeds out. Do not add the seeds if you don't want as much heat, because you can always spice it up, put a little hot sauce or this and that. You can't ever take it out.
It's just like salt. You can't take it out, you know? So yeah. So do you like it spicy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like it spicy, yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So I'm just going to take a little bit off the end here. Again, these are from my garden.
But I like to also taste it, so.
I'm sorry?
I like to taste the food.
Yes.
And it be a little spicy.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have to sign a waiver.
Right. It used to be a joke in my family. My mother would make really, really spicy chili. And if you weren't crying when you were eating it, it wasn't spicy enough. So we're just going to take a little bit.
And so that's the thing too with this soup is she added the diced tomatoes. But if you didn't have that fresh jalapeno, and something we also have at Stocked Reddie is that rotel. So you could substitute or also use, you could use one tomato, one rotel.
You could use those little canned chilies. Those are good too.
So which is what rotel is just tomatoes and chilies.
Exactly. That's already
together
in
one can. Yeah. So you again, this is the whole cool flexible with these recipes. You just make your own according to what you have on hand or what you're in the mood for. Maybe you have somebody over that's into spicy or not into spicy, so you would change it, for that reason.
Right.
And the tomatoes, you could also use the salsa that we'll have Thursday.
That would get a little salty.
You think?
I think. I mean, where's my salsa? Let me just take a look.
So maybe you would.
It's got 11% of the daily value, so that's a fair amount. I would probably prefer to go more with the diced or even just fresh or something. Or leave it out. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're gonna taste this because remember I took it from one dish to make another, and it might not be properly seasoned. I would say needs a little cumin, okay, because I just love that flavor. And then I would put a little oregano in too.
See, and that's not one I thought of as being a spice you would use with this.
Oregano?
Herb. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
So I like it. Yeah, right on. Let's do it.
In fact, the recipe,
then that's how.
Oh, no. Yeah. In fact, the recipe, this is the garlic. In fact, the recipe for the black beans call for oregano and not the cumin. And instead, I put cumin and oregano. So, because those are both. Now you smell how much better that smells? Put that little bit of garlic in and.
So to recap again.
Okay.
You just made the soup out of the Cuban black beans, but you can serve those Cuban black beans over rice. You can roll them up into a wrap or a burrito. You can also do like a stuffed loaded baked potato or over roasted potatoes or again, or your mashed potatoes. Heck. So Margaret, with just these few minutes that we have left, I'll recap also that Stocked Reddie is open Mondays from 2 to 8 p.m. and Thursdays from noon to 6 p.m. We are in the Monroe building, which again, you can find out where that is, see pictures of how to enter the parking lots, sign up for a volunteer slot, and find out what you could maybe donate, or just even see some more videos, photos, and hear about different events and whatnot. Register to become a member of the pantry yourself, all at go.uams.edu/stocked, STOCKED. There we go. So
Awesome.
yeah.
And if you don't have time to volunteer, you can have that payroll deduction. I do that as well.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
I mean, absolutely. And I mean, Stocked Reddie members also do payroll deduct, like to give back. It helps them stretch their budget, and it's convenient. It's right on campus before, and then they mark some things off their own grocery list that they just got at Stocked Reddie. Like we have eggs right now, or we have those potatoes. You can keep those and use them along the way for a week or two. You know, just depends.
Yeah,
so.
and and there's no salary
criteria,
which I think is wonderful.
A member of or that you can become a member of Stocked Reddie by being an employee of Arkansas Children's Hospital, an employee of UAMS, University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences, a student here, a resident or an intern, and we love seeing all the folks. And what I love seeing folks come in and interact with each other. And like you said, it's this huge community.
It is a huge community.
Thank
you for all you do, Mande. Okay.
Margaret, back at you, lady.
All right. Thank you very much.